Coach Hull, thanks for joining us tonight. Talk a little bit about what's it like seeing all these kids here, and what's it going to be like when you don't see them anymore?
It's bittersweet. You know, those guys we've raised since their freshman year. You know, they're our kids. You know, it's bittersweet because they're leaving us, but they're going somewhere better. You know, and my coaching staff and we were just excited to see them experience this type of experience, and we're happy for them.
This is what a coach really lives for, though. I mean, you're letting the Eagles fly. They fly in the coop, but, you know, this is why you get in this business. I mean, you end up being like a father figure to a lot of these kids, and talk about your personal feelings and how you're feeling inside.
Well, yeah, it's not just me. It's the other 9 guys on my staff. We all raised them like we raised our own kids, and we're happy to see them go, but they're well prepared. We put them through a lot of rigor and relevance when it comes to real life and on the field football-wise, and they're prepared for each stage they're about to take.
Coach, I talked to Deshaun a little bit about the emotions of the state championship game and how hard you guys worked to get there. And, you know, I watched the speech afterwards, and you had me tearing up. And I know it was an emotional day. Was it the most emotional day of your life?
It probably was. It's probably the toughest speech I've ever given in life because you work so hard for that moment and to come up a point short, you know, it's hard to deal with. You know, I'd rather lose by 20 than lose by 1 in a game like that. So to come so close, it was tough, and it was the hardest thing I ever did. However, it was a great lesson for life, and that lesson is going to prepare those boys for whenever they go on.
When these boys were freshmen, did you envision the success that you guys ended up having? I mean, Warren Easton wasn't used to a lot of success in football, and so I don't know how much I mean, every coach expects to win or hopes to win, but did you expect this?
Well, me and my coaches, we knew this group was going to be very special. We didn't know what they were going to attain. However, we knew this was going to be an extremely special group, and they had the potential to take Warren Easton to another level, and they did. To say I knew it to this magnitude, I wouldn't say that, but I knew that they were going to be special.
What's next for the Eagles? What do they do next year?
We keep grinding. We get a little better. You know, we don't have seniors like this, but we got some cats that have been salivating at the mouth, wanting to get after it to prove their worth also. And we got some nice kids coming in also who want to be a part of this. So, you know, it's going to be extremely fun the next couple of years while we're here at Warren Easton. You know, it's special because, you know, everybody knows the Deshawns and does type of thing. However, people like Darren Holmes and Calvin Lunkins, who wasn't as big time as those guys were, you know, they show up in the semifinal and the quarterfinal state championship game, and college coaches like, you know, oh my goodness, who is this kid here? And they earn full scholarships to go to Division I school. Those type of stories make you happy.
Coach, also, when you have the Deshawns and the Tyrants of the world, when you have them, the exposure on them allow other kids to be seen as well, don't they?
Correct, they do. You know, Calvin and Darian, they were recognized in the spring when we started spring ball. The college coaches came and they were like, hold on, this is too good to be true. Something has to be wrong with these kids. And throughout the year, they just got better and better and better. And I'm just using those two as examples because, you know, we can see them. And then when the season came around, it was like, you know what, these kids are for real. So, yes, the exposure allows kids like them to come in and do something special also.
Lastly, Coach, what is your, it's hard to put it down into one, but what's going to be your number one memory from this group?
My number one memory from this group would probably be when we were practicing in the Superdome for the state championship game, to see the kids run around and move, and not just my older, like Deshaun and Tyron and Calvin and Darian, but to see the little babies, the little 9th graders, the little 10th graders who are waiting for a moment to prove themselves, to see them practice and get wide-eyed and get mesmerized by the lights, that was a tremendous feeling. And see my coaches get wide-eyed and mesmerized by the stadium, that was a tremendous feeling. I'm always going to remember that.
Calvin, what was it like to practice in the dome?
Well, it was really exciting because I never played in the dome before, so it really woke me up that day before the championship game. I really was excited.
Was it, Darren, when you were practicing in the dome that day, Do you think about the people that have played on that floor before you?
Yes, I have. I just thought about all the great players that have played, and I realized that one day I could be just like them.
Is that what will stick with you, thinking about that? I mean, I would imagine you probably remember more from that practice maybe than the game, because the game flies by so fast.
Yeah, I really did. I liked it out there.
Coach Ho, thanks for bringing your boys out. We really appreciate it here at NOLA.com. Thomas Picayune, come back next year and bring another big group.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Coach Tony Hull and the Warren Easton Eagles, everybody.
Yeah.